Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Alexander De Leon, and I serve the County of Los Angeles Probation Department as the Juvenile Corrections Officer Course Supervisor. On behalf of the Staff Training Office, I would like to welcome you to Class 2022-04 Juvenile Corrections Officer Corps Graduation Ceremony. At this time, I would like to call up our CO and XO who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Class, half left face. Present arms. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order arms. Half right face. Please take a seat.
At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our Bureau Chief of Staff Training, Mr. David Gerkenich.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. So the first thing I'll say is I'm not Catherine Falcon, as the program indicates. Dave Gerkenich, I'm the Bureau Chief over Training. I'm very proud of what we're putting on here, and I've got to say, we've had a couple of these already in person, but we haven't done them for quite a few years. And I think this is the biggest group of family to come. So thank you all for coming and supporting. So the first group I want to thank is our actual new hires, our new recruits. You applied, you passed backgrounds, you've passed this, you've done 832, you survived the 2 weeks in the hall and came back. We appreciate that. And you guys will be starting in your regular assignments very soon. But we'd also be remiss if we don't recognize your families, because without your families supporting you, this is very difficult. It's almost impossible. And that doesn't end after today. They're going to be calling upon you all for support and advice, and just to lend an ear sometimes on however their day went. Lastly, I want to thank our training academy. We've asked a lot of you in the last few classes, and we've got a lot queued up still, and you're doing a great job. I appreciate it. I know the challenges, and I think there's no better testament to how you're doing than to see these folks here. So with that, I'll conclude my remarks, and I will recognize the fact that we have our Chief Deputy Karen Fletcher, Chief Deputy Adam Bettino, our management from the Detention Bureau here, both Central Juvenile Hall, and Barry J. are recognized. And at this time, I will turn it over to Adam Bettino.
Good afternoon. I'm Adam Bettino, Chief Deputy over Administration for the department. Really, really happy, as Mr. Gherkin had shared, really happy to see everybody here. What an awesome turnout. And we did this during COVID, I don't know how many times, virtually. We're still streaming so that folks can tune in because not all of our staff or management can be here. So hello, probation family. Good to see everybody. It is really great to have you all here. Congratulations to the new recruits. These are some of the most fun days that we have to welcome you all. You've been welcomed already. You've been through so much training. And I know we'll get into some of the specifics of what you all have been through, but we're really, really excited to have you on board. Congratulations. Thank you so much for raising your hand, stepping up to take this challenge. It is a challenge, but you have an amazing opportunity to really positively impact the youth in our care and custody. So just know that every single day, every moment, as you prepare yourself to come on shift, you have this amazing opportunity to really transform lives. A lot of our staff here will tell you stories. I'm sure you've heard from your instructors, in fact, about even being stopped on the street years later by some of the young people who've come through our system and are so grateful for the work that you all get to embark on now. So we're really excited for you. We're here for you. We just want to let you know, again, we're here to support you. You have, I'm sure, contact information from your JCO instructors. We are available to you all. Please don't stop learning. There's going to be a lot of things coming at you. I'm sure as you went out to shadow, you came back with a lot of questions. As you go out to start your first couple of days, you're going to have all kinds of questions. Please do not hesitate to raise your hand and ask questions to impart some wisdom on others. We're going to learn a lot from you as you come to the line as well. So just don't stop learning, please. The other thing that I just want to say is you'll learn, excuse me, as you kind of come on the job, how much scrutiny is on the department all the time. What we do in custody is so critical. We are effectively de facto parents, right? So there's just always going to be eyes on us, making sure that we're doing everything as safely as we possibly can on behalf of these young people. If you see something, say something. It is so important. We got to know what's going on and what you see. You've been through a lot of policy stuff, right? You've spent a lot of time going through what the requirements are. If you see something, say something. Be brave, be bold. You're already leaders. You've stepped up to take the responsibility of caring for these young people in our care and custody, right? You're already leaders. So just continue to lead and continue to speak up, continue to learn. I will also thank our staff training office. You all do so much. Thank you so much. As Mr. Gherkin has mentioned, we are asking a lot of you right now. We're asking a lot of everybody. But you guys are running multiple academies. Everything's happening at the same time. I think there's 25 here now getting some training. There's another 20 starting next week. Keep it up. Let us know what you need. We're here to support you as well. Thank you so much. Because these guys need it, right, on the line. We need bodies out there. We need new staff. So thank you very much for everything that you're doing. I see some of our reserve deputies here. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to support the department, continuing to just be here for us wherever and whenever we need it. We really appreciate you guys quite a bit. Freddie, thank you, as always, for being here. Our communications team for being here and being a part of being able to share these awesome ceremonies that we get to put on for you guys. Lastly, and I'll sit down and shut up, thank you. Congratulations. And I get to introduce our other Chief Deputy, Karen Fletcher.
Good afternoon. I have the great privilege of serving as the other Chief Deputy, and I oversee operations, which means all of the field services operations and all of our detention facilities. So I look forward to seeing each of you in those juvenile halls as I come to visit. Today is such an exciting day, so congratulations on behalf of all of us here. What you have gone through was strenuous, challenging, and hopefully rewarding. You'll walk away from this core academy having learned skills that maybe you never dreamed you would ever have, right? The physical stuff, the mental stuff, right? It has made you stronger. But each of you were selected for a very specific reason. Lots of people apply. 26 of you made it through this academy, right? You go through a rigorous process to be selected, and we all have very much confidence in what you can offer the young people in our custody and care. And I say care very strongly because those individuals with us in our juvenile halls need our care. That is your responsibility. You have a lot of privileges as a peace officer in the state of California, but with those privileges come great responsibility. You are now going to be responsible for their health and well-being, for their rehabilitation, for their ability to be released back into the community and be successful in that release. It's a lot of pressure, right? But we know that with the skills that you've learned in this academy and what you already brought to the table from your own experience growing up, right? Many of you probably from the communities that our kids came from, like I did. These kids need mentors. They don't need jailers. They need mentors, right? There's a real balance between the security and the rehabilitation in our facilities. And you will learn that balance as you become very comfortable in our facilities in caring for these youth. It is definitely the most challenging job anyone could ever have because you're going to be with these kids day in and day out. They're frustrated. They've been traumatized in many situations. But they're looking to you. They're looking to you for structure and guidance. So you're gonna have to be that parent that Mr. Bettino talked about, right? We are de facto parents when those kids are in our custody and care. So I challenge you to take everything that you've learned and to apply it. Because as what has been said before, right? These kids will stop you. I was with a manager at a hospital when one of our staff was injured. And a kid walked up to him, so it's like 11 o'clock at night in Downey at a hospital, and the kid said, "I think I know you." And he went, "Well, maybe not. Like, it depends on what our experience was, right? Do you really know me?" And the kid talked to him about how he had made an impact on his life and introduced his family and talked about his kids and all of that, right? That's success. That's when a kid who has grown up and graduated out of our institutions and wants to talk to you because you influence them in a positive way. They remember everything that you say and do, right? They will look to you. Do you talk the talk? Do you walk the walk, right? They want to see action, not just lip service. And that's what we want as well. Our chief probation officer isn't here today because he is ill, but he often tells our new recruits just how much we expect from them and what the kids expect from them. So I hope that you walk away today knowing that you have our support, that you can always reach back to the training staff who have done such an amazing job with every academy. You can reach out to us in administration to talk about the challenges and recommendations that you might have. Please, please, please feel free to reach out. I always tell everyone, right, about 33 years ago, I went through a very similar academy, and this has been my career. My entire 33 years has been in probation, and it is the best career you could ever ask for, right? You have opportunities that no one has in other professions, impacting lives, being able to work out in camps, being able to work out in the field. You have opportunities, so we really hope that you will learn to love this family of probation that we all have here. You'll rely on each other, you'll rely on us, and you will make this a career. You'll be with us, and you can talk as a chief deputy in 30 years about your experiences and what you brought to the table. It's an incredible career, but a huge responsibility. So I congratulate you. I thank the family and friends who are here. All of these folks will need your support. They will come home with some horrific stories about what they've experienced, But we know you've supported them this far, so hopefully they can rely on you to provide that support as they move forward. It is an absolutely tough job, but it is one of the most rewarding jobs ever. I promise you that. So be safe, take it seriously, rely on each other. You will be friends for life out of this academy. So congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you in the juvenile halls. Congratulations.
Well, I thought I was going to be able to do this without my glasses, but I guess not. Big font, too. Big font. Telling you where I'm at now, huh? The Academy class was successful due to a collaboration of human resources, administration, and all the instructors who took part in the facilitation of the department's training curriculum. With that being said, I would like to introduce the JCOC Academy Cadre for Class 2022-04, whose commitment, persistence, care, dedication, and leadership has made this day possible. Staff Instructor Ashley Bridges. Our lead Staff Instructor, LaFrance Davis. Staff Instructor, Misty De La Riva. Staff Instructor, Michael Henry. Staff Instructor, Jimmy Lejay. Staff Instructor, Derek McGee. Staff Instructor, Amanda Mendez. Staff Instructor, James Romero. And last but not least, our professional staff, Anita Almada. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Staff Instructor McGee, who would be filling in for Class 2022-04's Lead Instructor, Detention Services, LaFrance Davis.
Welcome. The Los Angeles County Probation Department Juvenile Corrections Officer Corps is 11 weeks in length. The Academy includes 8 weeks of department-specific training and Board of State Community Corrections training. The training includes coursework of professionalism, ethics, communication, safety, security, supervising juveniles, cultural awareness, report writing, defensive tactics, behavioral health of youth, and a variety of other topics that will guide them through their work assignments and future success. Our recruits also participated in a 1-week post-830 PC training, solidifying their peace officer status for the state of California. The Staff Training Office has now introduced to juvenile institutions instructional training for 2 weeks. The recruits have worked at Central Juvenile Hall, Barry J. Nightoff. They were introduced to a work environment and received the on-the-job training and learned about their daily schedules in the living units. The recruits have been given mentoring and guidance from the JCOC instructors, supervisors, and managers, juvenile halls during their 11-week training program. They will use this curriculum and support its tools to learn new work assignments and carry out the probation department's mission. At this time, I'd like to call up the officers to assist with the disbursement of badges and announcements and certificates.
At this time, we will present each trainee with their badge and certificate of graduation. Detention Services Officer, Amber Bennett. Group Supervisor Knights, Cecilia Blanco. Detention Services Officer Delilah Terry Caballero. Detention Services Officer Maria Carrillo. Detention Service Officer Iris Cisneros will be pinned by her brother, Oscar Cisneros from the Long Beach Police Department. Detention Services Officer Claudia Correa. Detention Services Officer Guadalupe Corrales. Group Supervisor Knights, Samantha Cruz. Detention Services Officer Yvonne Durazo. Detention Services Officer Stacy Morales. Group Supervisor Knights, Jacqueline Flores. Detention Services Officer Shirley Garcia. Detention Services Officer Daniela Michelle Gonzalez. Detention Services Officer Erica Nakidra Jackson. Detention Services Officer Vanessa Martinez. Detention Services Officer Brenda Monroy. Detention Services Officer Jada Marua. Detention Services Officer Daniel Nieto, who will be penned by his sister Maria Nieto from Los Angeles County Probation Department, Deputy Probation Officer 2. Detention Services Officer Lucia Rivera. Detention Services Officer Moises Robles. Detention Services Officer Jonathan Salazar. Detention Services Officer Adrian Sanchez. Detention Services Officer Rita Satamian. Detention Services Officer Abraham Souza. Detention Services Officer Victor Vera Jr. Detention Services Officer Melissa Villaseñor. I will now pass the ceremony back to Supervisor De Leon.
At this time, I would like to ask Chief Deputy Karen Fletcher to come up, and she will swear in Academy Class 2022-04 Juvenile Corrections Officers for the Los Angeles County Probation Department.
At this time, I'd like to ask our trainees to please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
That I will support and defend.
that I will support and defend
The Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance. To the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge. The duties upon which I am about to enter. You rose as trainees. You may now be seated as juvenile correction officers for the state of California. Congratulations.
I'd like to now call the XO and CO to lead the class in the core values.
Class, on your feet. Class, attention. Class, upon my command, we will recite our core values. Ready? Begin.
Los Angeles County Probation Department. Vision: rebuild lives and provide for healthier and safer communities. Mission: it is the mission of the Juvenile Services Division to promote and support healthy youth development that is trauma responsive, strength-based, and culturally competent by partnering with families and the communities. Core values: we fundamentally subscribe to the fair and impartial administration of justice and embrace the following values: dignity and respect for our clients, public, and employees; integrity, to do the right things for the right reasons all of the time; leadership, to develop an organization that is sustainable and will attain national prominence; rehabilitation is founded in the belief that people have the ability to transform into law-abiding individuals; contribution, of everyone is valued and everyone has the opportunity to perform to their highest potential; commitment, to providing service excellence to achieve positive outcomes for healthy families and communities; collaboration, by working with others to maximize efforts and achieve positive results; evidence-based practices and policies as a way of assuring that our best efforts are leading to desired outcomes.
Class, take a seat.
Thank you for that, class. At this time, I'd like to call up our top recruit, Detention Service Officer Adrian Sanchez, to give top recruit speech.
Hello, everyone. All right. Hello, family, friends, loved ones, and fellow staff. Thank you all for being here in support of LA County Probation Department's graduating recruit class 2022-04. I know none of us would be here without the support system in this room, so class, let's give a round of applause for our loved ones and those who root for us. Going through this academy has been an amazing experience that I hold zero regrets to and will look back fondly to for the rest of my life. We had amazing instructors who pushed us to potentials some of us didn't know we were capable of exceeding, but they saw it and allowed us to find new sides of ourselves. Instructor Lejay, Instructor Mendez, my triceps, thank you for those push-ups and breakfast of champions. I remember the first day I met our Ramrod Instructor Davis at orientation, December 2nd, 2022. He set the tone for what we were going to experience, and he emphasized that it was not going to be easy. And ladies and gentlemen, I could truly testify that it was not. Mentally and physically, we were challenged, but with the guidance and motivations our instructors provided us and that we provided for each other, we were able to push through. Instructor Davis, thank you for being straightforward with us, and I hope we made you proud and continue to down the line. You might hear me say we and each other a lot, and that is because this is 1000% a we job if the goal is to succeed. And I think I speak for every recruit when I say we want to succeed. As you heard, one of our core values is contribution, and I saw contribution in this class. We would not finish push-ups alone, we would not walk alone, and I truly believe that if the circumstance calls for it, we would show up for each other in a heartbeat. Our class motto is quoted from the great film Drumline, one band, one sound, and we definitely displayed that unity. The instructors provided us with the opportunity to perform to our highest potential and kept pushing us towards the finish line. Finish line. Graduating the academy is an accomplishment and reflection of our hard work coming into fruition. But class 2022-04, this is not our finish line. This, in fact, is our starting line, and we have a long road ahead of us. Never forget your reason why through your career, and never forget that everyone in this room, including your fellow classmates, is here for you. Class 2022-04, stand strong, remain determined, and be proud of what you have done. Carry that same strength, determination, and pride into your post. Love.
Class 2022-04, I would like to thank you for your dedication and commitment during this academy. You have received the basic knowledge and skills necessary to execute the duties of a juvenile corrections officer. Please understand the learning process will continue once you report to your work location. And on behalf of all the JCOC instructors and myself, we congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you continued success. This concludes our graduation ceremony. At this time, I'd ask family and friends to remain seated as the graduating class exits the auditorium. Once they exit, we'll be taking pictures behind this stage behind us.
Clap on feet. Left face.
Forward march. Clear. Forward march. Clear.
Forward march.
Clear. Forward march.